I was watch my shit. Jump, 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 make it jump, 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 jump it, jump it, jump it, jump it, jump it, jump, 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 jump it, jump it, jump it, jump it, jump it, jump it. Get the fuck more or less is dear Miss Know that you are now shaking your ass to the bomb thing. DJ Listen.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Flora.Adore here. And basically I'm about to tell y'all about my horror college roommate story. However you want to put it. Yeah. Well, I have some notes in my little book here so that I can, stay focused because I'll forget. But I'm going to try to, keep it straight to the point. Because, this story is really good. Like, it's very juicy and it's a lot of tea, like, spilling over the cup type-ish. So, if you want to know, I advise you to stay. Go on and get your snacks, whatever. But y'all need to hear this because when I tell you the girl tried to accuse me of stealing her stuff, a whole car, like, bye, okay? Anyways, I'm gonna get straight to the story. So, this happened my freshman year of college. Basically, I lived in a 4-room dorm. It was 4 roommates in one dorm room. We all had our own individual room, but we shared a dorm. It's 2 bathrooms, so it's like 2 rooms and 1 bathroom on one side. Then it's the living room and the kitchen. Then it's 2 other rooms and the bathroom on the other side. So you do have to share a bathroom with one other person. The reason why I chose to live in the 4-room dorm is because I felt like 4 people, like, I'm at least gonna get along with, like, at least one of them. You feel me? So I at least be friends with one of them, if any of them. So that's why I chose to get 4 roommates. Also, it meant like a bigger dorms. So for future reference, if y'all still deciding or whatever. But yeah. So it all started like in the beginning of the year. Like we all moved in. I was the first roommate to move in. I moved into my room first, and that same day, the roommate who lived across from me, she moved in, and the one who I shared the bathroom with also moved in, and they moved in the same time, at around the same time, because they were actually close friends from even back in high school. Like, it's a whole group of them, and these were basically like 2 members of the group who decided to room together, whatever. So the horror roommate, we're gonna name her Rebecca. Rebecca hadn't moved in yet. Right now, it was just me, Jess, and Les. We gonna name the 2 roommates that I liked. We gonna name them Jess and Leslie. Jess and Leslie. Hopefully, I don't mix that up. Rebecca and Jet and Leslie. Fudge. Ah. Rebecca and Leslie shared a room, and me and Jess shared a bathroom. Bathroom. Okay, boom. So basically, when Rebecca finally moved in, she didn't say hello to nobody. Like, she's the last one to move in. We already moved. She didn't say hi, hello, nothing. Like, when I tell you she didn't say a word, like, she didn't say a word. She had to, like, we was not even there. So I remember talking to Jess and Leslie, like, do y'all know anything about Rebecca? Because she didn't even say hi to me or nothing. Didn't introduce herself, nothing. Like, she just been locked up in that room after she moved in. Didn't even greet her. Like, you didn't even greet me. And they was like, yeah, she didn't say a word to us either. Like, it's weird, but whatever. We wasn't about to, like, trip over it because, like, we don't know nobody. This is, like, what, our second day living together? We was just like, it's whatever. Whew, excuse me. So, after that, we slowly started like noticing some problems with this roommate. Like, she would barely talk to anybody, like not even a good morning, hey, nothing. Like, she would not say a word to nobody. We didn't have a trash can in the kitchen, so I went ahead and went out of my way to go and buy a trash can to put in the kitchen for us to throw our food trash away, especially like if we get takeout or anything. Like, you don't want to throw that stuff away in your room. You like, it's not the most sanitary option. So I decided to put a trash can into the kitchen. So, being that I'm buying the trash can, I I bought the trash can, and everybody used it. Like, it was like an unspoken thing that like everybody could use the trash can, because nobody ever asked. They just seen the trash can like appear in the kitchen, and they just started throwing their trash in there like automatically. So that's cool. I didn't care. I bought it for us all to use, and as long as we all took out the trash, it was Gucci. You feel me? As long as we all took turns taking out the trash, cool, whatever. Slowly we noticed we was like, I would take out the trash, and Jess and Leslie, like, they were really good at taking the trash. Like, we all took turns. It was very good. But we started to notice that Rebecca would never take the trash out. And, that was weird, because usually Rebecca was the one who used the trash can the most. Reason why is because she preferred to, I guess, eat her own food than to me and Jess and Leslie, we ate a lot of like the campus food. Like, we'll go to like the commons, like the common area to eat, or we'll go to like the little fast food places they have on campus or whatever, in like the student center. So we ate out a lot, but Rebecca would eat a lot from home, like noodles, spaghettios, ravioli, stuff like that. She'll eat that stuff, which, whatever. But we noticed like she would put a lot of her trash in the trash can, and she would never, ever, 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 ever take the trash out. We never said anything, because at the end of the day, it was already 3 of us like taking turns taking the trash out. So it wasn't like that much of a burden that she wasn't doing nothing. So it was like cool. It wasn't cool, but we just ignored it. Our roommate would like use dishes, and we didn't have a kitchen sink. We only had a microwave and a refrigerator. So when we use dishes, let me check this. I'm trying to go fast, y'all. I don't want it to be too long. But when we would use our dishes, if we want to put our dishes in the sink, we would have to put it in our own sink, like that's close to the bathroom. Because the way the bathroom was set up is there's a door for the toilet and the shower, but the sinks were on the outside of the bathroom, and it was like 2 sinks together, like twin sinks type thing, and a big mirror. So our sinks were right outside the bathroom, but it's like still part of the bathroom area. So we would have to put our dishes in there, and most of the time you want to wash them right away, because you don't want like random dishes sitting in the same sink that you use as the bathroom sink. You gotta wash your hands after you use the bathroom, brush your teeth at the bathroom, whatever. So you don't want to keep your dishes in there too long. But Leslie started coming to me and Jess and saying like, yo, Rebecca will not wash her dishes. Like, she'll leave her dishes in there and leave them in there until like they accumulate and gnats start to go around it and stuff. And me and Jess was like, ew, but it wasn't our problem, so we weren't too worried about it. Like, we didn't live on that side. Like, there's a whole living room and a kitchen between us and that side, so we were just like, ew, but we don't have to worry about it because the gnats stayed over there. It was still gross, but like, what do we look like saying something to her when that's not our problem? You feel me? So me and Jess was just like, yeah, whatever. One day, me, Jess, and not me, but Jess and Leslie and their little friend group, that they invited their little friends over, and they were all chilling in the living room area. And I guess they were like rolling up or whatever. And Rebecca comes out and sees it, and she's like, oh wow, I wish I could join y'all. And then she just goes into her room or whatever. I mean, she didn't say those exact words like "I wish I could join y'all." She said, "I wish I could blank blank," but I'm not gonna get into too many details. Basically, she wanted to do what they was doing, but she don't ever even talk. You never even say hi to us. Like, these is literally the first words you're saying to us. So why would we want to share with you? You feel me? Like, you don't even talk to us, but yeah, oh, I wish I could do this. And then that's it. You just go on and lock yourself in your room like you always do and don't want to talk to nobody. No. I mean, that's what my roommates were basically saying, like, when they told me about the story. And I understood that. That makes complete sense. Like, you don't even, we live together, but you barely say a word to us. This is probably the first word you've even said to us. You feel me? Type stuff. So they didn't want to invite her. So they just was like, ah ha ha, and like, let her go. Eventually, towards the end of the first semester, before the first semester ended, Jess and Leslie both ended up moving out. Leslie, she had to go abroad to like be with her family because she was having like a family situation that she needed to be there for, and she was gonna be gone for a while, so she had to just basically like drop out for the semester. And Jess, my roommate, I mean the roommate on my side, she transferred to a different school, so both of them left. And by the end of the year, y'all, like, they wasn't even talking to each other, but that's for another story, okay? Anyway. So yeah, so they both moved out, and basically it was me and Rebecca left. I didn't want to be with Rebecca because, you feel me, Rebecca don't say nothing to nobody. Rebecca's rude and unsanitary. Jess and Leslie moving out was like both a blessing and a curse, because the blessing was that I now had my own side of the room. So I had my own bathroom. I had 2 sinks, so I could use one sink as a kitchen sink, one sink as a bathroom sink. Like, I had my whole side of the dorm to myself, basically, so I could invite friends over and all that stuff, and not even have to worry about getting approval and stuff like that. Like, I basically had like my own side of the room, and and Rebecca had her own side of the room. So that was the blessing, but the curse was that I started to be the only one to clean up after Rebecca. Like, I was the only one taking the kitchen trash out, and the problem was that I was barely using the kitchen trash. Like, I was barely using the kitchen trash, especially like little things. Like, I could easily throw in my own trash can in my room, so I was barely using the kitchen trash because I barely ate at my dorm. Like, most of the time I was going to get food at the student center, going to get food in the common cafeteria or whatever. So I wasn't really like eating there, but I would see like the trash pile up, and since I didn't pile the trash up, I would let it sit there, but like a day would go by, 2 days would go by, and it would still be there. So eventually I would take it out because that accumulates like gnats and stuff. Like, you don't want trash to sit in your house. So I would throw it out. Another thing it's something I noticed, but you can't really point out a culprit when you have 3 other roommates. But when I was only sharing with a roommate, it became very clear who the culprit of this was. But Rebecca would warm up stuff like SpaghettiOs, ravioli, like spaghetti shit stuff, and ramen stuff that would like overflow, like boil over, or stuff that would like splash in the microwave, and she would leave it there. Like, she would never clean it. But she was always eating that type of stuff, so the microwave, it would accumulate and it would become like disgusting. So every now and then when I would want to eat like some noodles or something for a midnight snack or some stuff, like, I would literally be ready to put my stuff in the microwave and like see the microwave is a mess, and I would be disgusted to put my stuff in there, which meant I would literally have to, just to eat a bowl of noodles, I would have to literally scrub down the microwave, which was annoying and very, very disgusting. Like, very, very annoying and very, very disgusting. Because how do you not clean up after yourself? I don't get it. Like, are you used to living with your parents? Are you used to them cleaning up after you? because I'm not understanding why there's still food stuck in the microwave from weeks ago. You feel me? It doesn't add up. So okay, I'm good on time right now. So I start that started to really really get on my nerves, like really really badly, especially when I would have roommates come over and like say we all got the munchies or something and we want to warm up some noodles. Like they'll open my microwave and be like, ugh. And I'll be like, yeah, my roommate is disgusting. You feel me? Let me check my notes. What's next? Okay, so another thing that my roommate did that was really annoying was she would invite friends over. They would come over, and chill in the living room, get lit or whatever, get the munchies, eat a bunch of food, then say the trash can is like halfway full. By the time her little party's over, the trash can would not only be full to the top, but there would be extra trash that couldn't fit, that they would just like sit on the countertop, and they would just leave it there. Like, if you know you throwing a party and your friends are gonna come over and make a mess, you have to clean that up. So I would wake up the next day and see that trash there, and I'd be like, last night the trash can wasn't even this full. So I would like give her time, like a day would go by, 2 days would go by, and it would still be like trash on top of our kitchen counter and trash all the way filled. She would not take it out. Eventually I would have to take it out, and there's been times where I had to like literally, when I would catch her outside her room, I'd be like, hey, can you take the trash out? And that was a real occasion because she would lock up herself in her room, so I would barely even see her like that. But I would tell her like, hey, can you take your trash out? And that's the only time she would take it out, and that was probably like the whole school year. That was probably like 2 or 3 times that I even told her to. So there's that. Like, I would end up like, if I don't ask her to do it, which is usually those times when she would have a party and have all that trash, that I would tell her to do it. But if I don't, I would usually just do it myself. Especially because like I probably can't catch her because our class schedules or whatever. One day I got locked out of my room, and I had my boyfriend with me, and he was going to come over. So we had got to the dorm, and when I needed my card to like get into the building, I realized like, oh, I didn't have my key card, like my student ID with me to get in. So I had called my roommate, and I tried to say like, hey, I had called her, I had texted her. She never answered me, and I was basically trying to say like, hey, can you let me in the room? But that day she just wasn't answering. I wasn't sure why, but I had to end up calling campus, like the campus, the student residency, basically, to let me in. And, when you get locked out of your room and they gotta let you in, it's a freaking $30 fee, which is ridiculous for them to just come up and scan your little card and put it in there, then write down your name and your student ID number just so they can charge you. It's ridiculous, but whatever. But yeah, so the student, the RA is letting me into my room, and it's when she walks in my room, I see my roommate, like I hear my roommate and like another female like talking very loud inside of her room, and walking in the living room was like a guy. I never seen him before. I never seen my roommate invite him before, but it was another guy, and he had like he had something that he had rolled up on his ear. And it was just chilling there, He had it just chilling on his ear. And the RA, she comes in, and she says, basically, like, you gotta go, once she lets you in, you gotta go get your student ID so that she can write down your information. So I went to go get my student ID out my room. When I came back into the kitchen to, like, give it to the RA, I see her asking like the guy that's like walking around. I see her asking like, "What's that on your ear?" And he was just like, "Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing." And he's like trying to take it off or whatever and put it up or what it was. She knew what it was. She could see. I could see. You could see. We could see. She could see. Period. So she was like, "What is that on your ear?" He was like, "Oh, nothing." He tried to hide it. She was like, "Do you have your student ID on you?" Oh, he was like, "No, no." She was like, "Do you have your regular ID on you?" He said, "No." So she was like, "Okay, stay right here." So she get her phone to call like, I guess maybe her boss or whatever, and they're like basically gonna send campus police. They was gonna send campus police on that boy. So she kind of like stepped out of my room a little bit to like, talk on the phone. And he literally makes a run for it. Like he runs straight through. Like he opens our door, our door, and he runs straight, and he doesn't stop. Like he just runs. I remember like looking shocked, going to my room window, and like seeing him like running to the parking garage, like seeing him make a dash for it. And I remember like that job was so funny to me because it's like, what? It's just what's this? And you could tell like from the way he was talking, the way he looked, you could tell he was like a hood, a hood. He was like he was hood, like he was hood. So he's the type that would make a run for it. So it was just like I just don't. It was just it was crazy. It was crazy. So he's running for it, and the police come. They don't find him. He get away with it. And so like hours later, like probably like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. She's my roommate Rebecca sneaks this man back into our room. She sneaks this man back into our room. And I'm thinking like, what? Why is he here? Why? Like why? What's the point? Is why? Because first of all, you're already going to get in trouble for being associated with him and him not being a student because clearly they put two together that he's not a student. You're going to be like in trouble for him not only not being a student, but you invited him back in here. So yeah, she invited this man back in. They go in, obviously, they do get lit or whatever. And I remember I had something I had to do the next morning. So I woke up a little early, like probably like, and by early, like not like early, like probably around like 9ish, maybe 10ish o'clock, right? So me and my boyfriend get ready, and we walk out of our dorm building to go to the parking garage. Yo, I just said her real name. I should have supposed to be, shouldn't I? I should expose her. On our way there walking, we see the same guy that Rebecca had invited back into our dorm. The guy who made a run for it. So we see him, he say hi to us because apparently he got more manners than my dang roommate. He say hi to us, we say hey or whatever, and we see him like, he's walking, but he walking with a purpose. So it seemed kind of weird or whatever. But, me and my boyfriend, we didn't think much of it because it's like, whatever, So he goes on his merrily way. We go on our merrily way. And we leave. While I'm out, Rebecca texts me and she's like, have you seen my friend's stuff? And by friend, she's not talking about the guy that she invited back into our dorm, but she's talking about the other female who was also there with her. So she's like, have you seen my friend's stuff, like her jar? And y'all know what they keeping in jars, what they getting lit with or whatever. So I'm like, I'm over here thinking like, why would she even ask me that? So I'm like, no, I haven't seen your friend's jar. Like, I haven't seen that at all. Like, I didn't really even leave my room after you seen me. So no, I haven't seen your friend's jar. So she's like, oh, well, you need to check your boyfriend. You need to check your boyfriend. Like, I think he took my friend's jar. Da da da. I was like, no, I don't need to check him. He was in there with me the whole time. He does not have your friend's stuff. My boyfriend didn't take it, but you need to check that guy that was with you because when I came out earlier today, I seen him walking to the parking garage. So maybe you need to check him. She gonna say, oh no, he wouldn't do that. No, he wouldn't do that. But I remember talking to my boyfriend. I was like, I know it had to be him. If anybody took it, it has to be him. I don't even know why they would ask us. But then out of nowhere, I get a text from an unknown number saying like, "Oh, wait till you get back. Wait till you get back." At first, I was like, "Who is this?" Then when I started thinking, it didn't take me long to realize this is her friend. Rebecca gonna give her friend my number, so because I guess her friend maybe wanted to talk to me, thinking that she could get it out of me or something. I don't know, but her friend gonna text me talking about, so wait till you get back. I said, okay, wait till I get back. That's cool. Gucci. All right, I'm ready. Wait till I get back. So I hurry up and finish what I'm doing so I can get back because I'm ready. Like I'm ready. Like I'm hyped, and my boyfriend is just over there trying to like calm me down, calm me down. He's like, chill, chill, chill. It's like it's whatever. You know, you're not trying to get in trouble over this. But I'm like, nah, nah. Like because you really gonna try to frame me and my man's bye, bye. So I get to my dorm. I walk in, y'all. The police is in there. The police is in there. And I remember thinking, the police in here? She called the police over that jar. That don't add up. Isn't she gonna get in trouble for having a jar in the front? Then I'm thinking, what the heck happened? I started listening. Y'all. Her friend's car is stolen, y'all. Her friend's car, skirt is missing, y'all. The boy done stole the girl's car along with that jar, baby. Along with that jar, they stole the girl car, baby. What? Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. I remember the police coming to me, he's like asking questions, like there was a young man here before that, got away and, it's been known to us or whatever that, he took your roommate's friend's car. And I said, oh yeah, I seen him walking to the parking garage this morning. I seen him. So they said, oh, you seen him? I said, yes. I seen him, baby. I seen him. I seen him walking to the parking garage. I seen him, y'all. I seen him. They're gonna say, oh, what was he wearing? I was telling them everything I know. He was wearing this, and that. He said hey to me. He was looking like he was in a rush to go somewhere. And, like, yada telling them everything I know, what he was wearing, all that. So like, okay, thank you, and what time did you see him? I told him what time, all of that. Eventually, the police came back, and, they took my roommate and my roommate's friend with them, and they all left. And apparently, they had caught the guy. They caught the guy. Basically, all they had to do was the roommate's friend called the guy saying, like, I've already notified the police, and, we know all your information, so you can either bring back my car or I can press charges. Which the girl didn't really want to press charges because she didn't want her parents to know what she was up to. So basically, since she didn't want her parents to know what she was up to, she tried to bribe the man. Well, she didn't try to bribe him, but she tried to threaten him, which it worked. It worked so well, baby. He was like, oh, on my way, baby, on my way. He was scurrying, baby. He came with her car, and the police was there, like, watching that man. And he's like, I'm so sorry, I just had to go through this real quick. I was too scared to ask you, so I just took the car. I was gonna come back and oh, you was just gonna take the car and come back. You was gonna come back with her jar too. Boy, get out of here! Boy, get out of here! That shit was funny. Anyway, so yeah, they found her car. After that, when my roommate and her friend come back into the dorm, they gonna apologize to me. Girl, keep that apology. Keep that apology, baby. No, I didn't say that, y'all. I was like, it's all good, like, but I was ready to throw hands. Just know that. I was ready to throw hands. Just know that. But they're gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry, you were right. And I was like, I told you it was that man. He looked like he had somewhere to go, baby. He looked like he had somewhere to go. I knew it was him. He looked sus. That boy sus. Anyway, that boy was sus. I knew he was up to something. But y'all wanted to frame my mans. Bye. I happened with my roommate and her friends. A few weeks later, I get a email from the residence office saying that I'm in trouble and I have to meet with the head of the building. I had to talk with the residents, people in the residence office about my reprimands and my consequences for having somebody with illegal stuff on campus and stuff like that. And I remember seeing this email like, first of all, I was the one who got caught with that stuff. That wasn't me. That wasn't my friend. I wasn't associated. So, no, I don't need to be meeting with nobody over nothing because I wasn't involved. So, I literally had to, like, and I remember my mom got the email before me because my mom would be checking my student emails. She got the email. I remember she called me at work and she was pissed. She was pissed. She was like, how you gonna? I was like, Mom, what are you talking about? What? She told me that I am about to get in trouble. That I had Mary Jane. And I remember thinking, who called me with Mary Jane? I haven't seen. Who called me with Mary Jane? Well, last time I was with her, nobody was around, baby. Nobody was around. Who called me with Mary Jane? I read the email. They're talking about my friends, my roommate's friend that got caught, that stole the car. Yo, I had to go to that office and say, I don't know. I know that my meeting is supposed to be at 5 o'clock, but I'm here at 10 a.m. to let you know that I was not involved. That wasn't me. I got classes I gotta go to, so I need to talk to you right now, one-on-one. That wasn't me. Wasn't involved. Then I go to my roommate, and I tell her, like, oh, I got an email for this, and that. She's talking about something. Oh, I didn't get no email. So y'all know what I did. Reported her ass. The person you're looking for is Rebecca Williams. Her student ID is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She's in room 506. You need to get her. I let them know every single detail. Every single detail. Oh, Rebecca, you didn't get in trouble. You thought, baby. So, yeah, that was that. Now, this last thing is from the summer, what happened in the summertime. So, as y'all know, we lived in it was only two, me and Rebecca, but we had a 4-room dorm. So, come summertime, we have new roommates moving in, and keep in mind, the semester ended early May, and the semester ended in early May, and I had not seen Rebecca since then. Like, it was going on June, and I had not seen Rebecca since early May. We get an email saying that we have 2 new roommates moving in. I was like, dang, I gotta share a bathroom again. That was very upsetting, but whatever. So we get an email, we have 2 new roommates moving in. And I remember cleaning up my side of the room and everything, because the email said you need to go ahead and clean up your dorm. I cleaned up my side of the room, cleaned up the living room, cleaned up the kitchen. Getting ready for my new roommates. I remember texting Rebecca like, hey, did you get the email about us having new roommates? We have to make sure our areas are clean. She never responds to my message. I go to her side. Her room door is locked, which, whatever. I don't need to be snooping in her room anyway. But I see that She got the dishes piled up in the bathroom sink with the gnats flying around. I go and I'm checking to see if she like cleaned up because we have people moving in. I go into her bathroom, y'all. Every time I think about it, it's just y'all. I walk into her bathroom. She got dirty drawers on the floor, dirt all up in the shower, dirt on the shower floor. And the worst part, the smell. It stunk so bad in there. The reason why in the toilet it's like piss and shit and a bunch of tissue that have marinated. Cause keep in mind she hasn't been here since early May. It's going on June, baby. I don't know if the toilet was clogged and she couldn't flush it or what the problem was. But that had been in the toilet for weeks. When I tell you, I opened the door and the smell just, I was knocked out. I had to, what happened? Like y'all, died, came back to life, and then almost died again. I'm not touching nothing. I want my new roommates to come in and see who we working with. First impression, baby. There go hers. So, new roommates time to come in. New roommates coming in. Y'all, the one who's living on my side, she was content. The one moving in on that side, I remember just standing there on the outside waiting for her to come back. Just waiting. She starts looking around. She goes into the bathroom. And I remember telling them before she even went over there, I remember telling her like, the roommate that lives over there, she hasn't been here in like a while. So I'm not sure if she has cleaned up over there or whatever, just letting them get her heads a warning. Y'all, she walk in there, and when she come back out the bathroom, her eyes are like wide, like this. She looked like she just seen a ghost. I started laughing, y'all. I told her like, I'm so sorry that you have to go through that, cause that girl is disgusting. That girl was disgusting. I remember the other roommate went over there, was like, they were disgusted. It stunk so bad in that thing. It was nasty in there. That whole side of the room was just nasty. After that, like that whole summer semester, my roommate really never came back until it was time for her to move out her stuff. So by then, y'all know what happened. Yeah, that new roommate who lived in over there, she had to clean that. But yeah, y'all, that's the end of my horror roommate story. If you enjoyed this story, make sure y'all like and comment other video ideas that y'all want me to do, and please make sure you turn on the notification bell so you can know whenever I post. If you want to see this beautiful face again, you feel me? I do a lot of like plus size fashion videos and story times and vlogs, so if y'all are into that, come at me. Subscribe. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video.